I'm ready to go. Hey, everybody, it's Lewis Porter Jr. Just had to wait a second for the Facebook and the YouTube to catch up to each other. So today it's September 1st. It's been another, I guess, better day. First and foremost, I want to tell everyone thank you so much for all the people who sent me personal notes and put some posts up about Lucas. I really appreciated that. Yes, he is fine. He had a little bit of fever, and as we all know, when Lucas gets a fever, it's kind of worrisome because that could trigger a seizure. So it's fevers are serious for us, but thankfully enough, knock on wood, not that serious. So it was not very painful. He didn't have a good day, but thankfully enough, it's another day that I got to be at home, do some fun stuff for not my work, but for my business, the side gig thing. So that was kind of fun. Yeah, today's been a pretty good day considering, which I'm kind of appreciative of. So there you go. I guess, see, this just came in. Okay. Apparently, if you are looking at a job at Paizo has a position for a technology manager. I'll put the link up because like I said, it literally just came up. I was like just looking through my feed on Facebook, and this came up. So I said, "Oh, okay. Let me talk about this before we get to our serious topic tonight, which I think a lot of people will appreciate." Like I said, I don't want to tell you what it is yet because the title kind of tells you what it is, but it's one of those situations of I hadn't anything planned. I was going to do something else, and then I saw this text online that came from Owen about our topic tonight, and I was like, "Oh, what's this? Something interesting." So very cool. I get to talk about it tonight. That's what I like to do. I like to do the more live, ready to go stuff. Double ASAP cool. It's kind of interesting to me that this kind of stuff just pops up, as it were. You're not sure what you're going to talk about when you have a lot of different ideas, and you're like, "Oh, I want to talk about this, I want to talk about that." And you never know. So some things just pop up, and you're like, "Boom, that's kind of cool." Actually, put this link in. I haven't done this yet. Copy this link for you guys on Facebook, just in case if you're interested and you're watching on Facebook. This is the one thing I kind of actually like about doing the video on Facebook and YouTube. I get to put this little quick thing happening so people can see what's going on. They get a quick response, and it's all live. It's live, but it's not live, but it's live. So it's kind of cool. Technology is amazing, isn't it? So here we go. Also, I wanted to talk about this real quick because I pitched this yesterday, and as soon as I got this in the mail, I am so happy that I got this. This book, I guess people tell you it's backwards. Yeah, because I'm looking at it. Okay. It's so weird. I just realized it's backwards. I'm saying the Misfit Economy. It is a great book. If you it's funny. On Facebook it's backwards. On YouTube it's not. Interesting little note. Anyway, Misfit Economy. I picked it up. I'm about 25 pages in, and I love it. It is amazing. It is really, really interesting. I'm literally, like I said, 20 pages in, I've learned about camel milk, which is actually kind of interesting, and Somali pirates. And it's a great idea. Well, not the Somali pirates thing, but it's a cool idea and explains a lot of stuff. And if you didn't understand, so look, book is great. The price of this one it says $26, but I didn't pay $26 for it. You know me. I got this off Amazon. They have a website. There's a link, of course, in the notes here. And the notes, the show notes on Facebook and the show notes on YouTube. You can check it out there. It's very, very interesting. I think there's a lot of information that people find interesting. They'll find very kind of cool. So I cannot wait to show, actually have people read it and really get excited about it. Because I was surprised how much I really, really like this. It like I said, I'm only 20 pages in, and I'm like, wow, that's cool. So that's the coolest thing I can say about that. That's just a cool little thing. So we talked about the Paizo technology manager position. Okay, so today, once again, while reading Owen Casey Stevens' thread, and I'm not putting Owen in the notes today. I refuse to put Owen in the notes today. I put Owen in the notes like all the time. It's like Owen's like my new right hand man. Like Owen's like another guy on this podcast. So Owen put this post up. It's one of those things where, just happened to be like looking through stuff. I'm like, blah, 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 and it popped up and it said, I'm like, hey, what's this? Well, apparently, a lot of people will find this to be interesting in several different ways. And I'm going to talk about all of them, positive and negative, because, I'm not gonna give you the warm and fuzzy about this all the way, but I will give it kind of, the truth. But I'm going to tell you the truth about it. It's important. I think people need to know about it, what's going on. So there you go. It's important. These things are important. I'm not, like I said, I'm not trying to sugarcoat this up, but at the same time, I want people to know and understand the context, because most people don't get the context of things and they get their own opinion of stuff. And it's like, look, context is also important, as important what you're talking about. So there you go. It's just one of those things. All right. So Adamant Entertainment is run by Gareth Garca. Gareth has been involved, I guess, in the industry as long as me. Even before as an independent guy, and then coming on RPG Now, and it's like he's one of the pioneer guys. Can't say it any different. He was there at the beginning. I tell you, there's only 3 people there at the beginning: myself, Gareth, and Phil Reed. It was a long time with a lot of emptiness and a couple guys coming up, but we were the 3 trying different stuff. So it's one of those kind of things. And Gareth did a couple of Kickstarters. I guess the biggest one being Far West, which I guess I'll have to put that in the notes because it is kind of important to the context of this discussion. And I've mentioned Far West before, so this is not a surprise in any way, shape, or form. And this Kickstarter was, if I can get it right, I think it's been 5 years. It might have been longer. Hold on. Boom. Thank you, Thank you, Google and Kickstarter. Always helping me out. Boom. Come on. All right. The campaign started. Okay. This tells you how old this is. Now Kickstarter does this. They didn't do it initially. Is they put the date of when the thing starts. This thing doesn't actually have a date on it. So I'm going to do my best and look at some of the updates, because that might be helpful, at least time-wise. You can put it. Okay. Wow. This project was launched July 2011, and this was probably one of the most infamous projects, because this is like one of the first projects on Kickstarter that ever appeared. I think the gaming, it was the first one to do really, really well. What was the initial? Let's even put the initial. This is how the initial goal was $5,000, and Gareth wound up raising almost $50,000. It's like $49,324. And this is one of those things that the pitch was excellent. He's a well-established guy. A lot of people were interested. And it's one of those things that said, okay, why not? And the rewards were awesome too. I mean, the rewards, let me see. Well, let's run down. Let's see if I can get some quick awards real quick. Legend of the Far West supplement for the book. Tales of the Far West, short fiction anthology. Prosperity, a PDF containing Far West settlement. The Far West poster map. There's a t-shirt design. There was actually still one of my favorite goals that I've copied now for myself. You could get your picture as one of the characters in the book, which I still think was a great idea. And like I said, just a lot of just interesting stuff. A lot of people were very interested in it. I mean, it raised $50,000. How many people actually? 717 people supported it and backed this. Yeah, and I mean, it was people wanted it. It was a cool idea. People wanted it, and ta-da, there was support. And this is, like I said, this is probably one, like I said, the first big ones. Really, the first big ones. But due to many, many, many factors, Far West never came out. It's still actually under development. There are still updates coming out for it. The last update, there's one for August 22nd, and before that was May 26th. So there were things coming out. There were people writing about it, but a lot of people, not to lie, a lot of people were upset. I mean, it's more than just late. It's incredibly late. If you figure even if the thing had a year of development, it's 3 years, 4 years late. Some people have moved on. Some people are like, oh, it doesn't matter. Oh, I forgot about it. Da da da. Whatever. But that being said, I guess Gareth has taken a very positive step and I guess restructured his company from the ground up, as it were. Gareth has made a big announcement that came out today that his company, Adamant Entertainment, and you can find the website. The link, of course, is in this, that they have kind of, come back. He used the term regenerated. I'm going to use 2.0. Has come back, and it looks like they're getting back into doing games. Gareth, for a while, I think he still is, doing teaching for the Art Institute in, I believe, in Kansas, Missouri. Oh, that's Kansas or Lawrence? In Missouri. I can't say Kansas, Missouri. Good Lord. In Kansas. I don't know which one, but I know he was doing so. I assume he still is. So that, but I know, like I said, he started up. They redesigned the website. He's redesigned his logo. I mean, they really have. He's also hired on another person to work with him. It's very much, Eric Troutman. I don't know him personally, but his credentials are very impressive. He was a staff writer at Weston Games with the Star Wars role-playing game. He did Necroscope and the Indiana Jones line. And he then went to Microsoft. He worked on, Halo and Perfect Dark. Then worked on Crimson Skies and Mech Commander and Halo, Halo Combat Evolved. He's really done a lot of stuff. He's done a lot of stuff. He also written some comics: Flash Gordon, Red Sonja, Vampirella, the Justice League versus Cobra Engines of Faith miniseries. Actually, Action Comics, and some Checkmate issues with Greg Rucka. Greg Rucka, also, we know, is another. Well, maybe you guys don't know. Greg Rucka is a well-known writer for DC, and also a gamer. I've had the pleasure of meeting him actually personally years ago. Very interesting guy, let's say. I think I'll put a link, because you may not know about Greg Rucka, but you might want to check him out. He's done a lot of work in the industry. Just a lot of interesting things, as usual. There's always something interesting. So he's added, Gareth has added a person to him, which is a good thing. I mean, let's just, look. If more people help them get the product out on time and people get what they want, that's a good thing. And I don't like when companies go under. Gareth and I have been, we've gone at each other, and we buried the hatchet years ago. And like I said, he's got a company, I've got a company. I don't want to see companies go out of business. That's not good for anybody. So this is a good thing. Now, all that being said, let's talk. We gotta talk some truth now. Gotta tell some truth. We can't do it halfway. He does have a record of over promising some stuff and under-delivering. I mean, Far West is one of them. There's some other stuff I know he was doing. I think he did the whole Buckaroo Banzai thing. Let me actually look through if I can remember. There were some products that had some problems. There were some delays, and yes, he did have cancer. And yes, I understand cancer very well. You all know that. I understand cancer very well. But I also know that you have to also, you have to give the people what they wanted. There are people who have set up and said, yes, I want this. I paid you in advance for this. I want that. And, that stuff has to be handled. It just has to be. It can't even be looked over slightly. That stuff has to be handled. And he's put a blog post up. It doesn't actually have a date on this. No, it doesn't have a date on this. Oh, how weird. If you go to his new website, adamantentertainment.com, he has his blog post up. You can see what he's talking about. Some of the stuff they're actually doing. The Far West, he's working on that. Savage Worlds, he looks like he's doing some spin-off of that kind of stuff. 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons. I guess some people are just doing it. That's some people. I'm just I'm not excited by it. Icons, doing some more stuff with that. I just think it's going to be really, I think it'll be good for him and good for the industry as a whole. As we all know, it's more people get involved, it's a positive thing. And Gareth has a great understanding of PDF sales. He, like me, is very much a renegade in this industry and has done some really interesting stuff. So I think he has, knowledge that he could use that I think will be appreciated. I know I appreciate it. I think there's information that we can, as a group, find cool stuff for us to learn more, become better, and most importantly, we're doing it now, make money. That's the important thing. We're here, at least as a company perspective, is to make money and develop that kind of stuff. So, hey, I guess this has been an awesome day. People come back and boom, come back, got some excitement, and there's some other stuff going on. I'm still waiting for there's some Kickstarters coming out, and there's still people are like, isn't this always interesting? Oh, jeez. So that means you go through Facebook, you're reading through your stuff, you read all these kind of headlines that pop up at you, and you just go, what is going on with the world? And that's one of them. That, what? See, this is why you can't look at the internet. Okay. Another thing. See, looking on Facebook and you have friends that tell you stuff that's going on in their neighborhood, so I'm not going to look at that. But, all right, so everybody who's out on the West Coast right now is enjoying PAX, which I'm sure is awesome. I just happen to also notice some people, posting up from it and stuff like that. So if you're out in Seattle and you're at PAX, do us a huge favor. Take pictures, send us stuff. Let's take a look, do some live Facebook live with it. We're not going to be there. I live in South Florida. I will not be able to make it to PAX. Sorry, this won't happen. So do us the kind favor. Put your camera up. Take some cool stuff. Do some cool video. Let us all see. We appreciate that. And I appreciate that at least. So I think you should do that. That'd be a kind of cool thing. Here's something cool. If you don't know, it's something I've been watching for the last couple of days. Our good friend Lance Red is doing some traditional painting, and if you would like to go check it out, it's on his feed on Facebook. But I will show you I'll send you his link to his website because Lance is a great artist. Lance has become even better. I mean, Lance was good. Don't get me. I mean, I saw Lance's first piece from a friend of mine who showed me the Sahagin Wrecker is how he described it. They did. It was an awesome piece. And when I saw that piece, I was like, geez, I got to handle this. I got to hire this guy. This guy's great. So I went, I checked him out, and, Lance was awesome. And we worked together. And this is one of those good, bad situations. He got to be so good. He got hired by a lot of the people, and they got to pay him more. I couldn't afford to pay him as much as he wanted to get paid. And you know what? That's and that happens. That happens in this industry. And, he worked for me, and now he's doing work for Paizo. So I always say it's like, the chances, if you work with me, there's a good chance you're going to wind up working for Paizo. Because apparently that's like the magic touch I must have. Because, if you're an artist and you're working with me, there's a very good chance you're going to wind up, working for Paizo. And it's not like I'm some super Paizo guy, but, dude, I've had a lot of people who work for me work for Paizo. It's a weird coincidence, which apparently either means I have really good eye with art, which I know I do, because my art is awesome. Just not kidding anybody. We see great artists before they're going to be great. And, that guy knows going to be great. That guy's going to be great. And people look at my art. I've had companies. This is, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to say this in a little moment. I'm going to spit a little hate, but not bad hate, but truthful hate. I've seen companies that I know that have seen artists I've use the exact same artist on their product. Like they didn't get anybody new. They found all the guys I was working on and said, oh, we're going to get this guy. We're going to get this guy. I'm like, well, thank you. It's good to know that I get good artists. I appreciate that. It's hard work for me. And it's hard work for me to find the guys, but I do feel good when I know people know the level of artwork we're going to do. Our level of artwork is going to be way up here. It's going to be awesome. So it's kind of a nice thing to hear that. I do appreciate that. It's kind of cool. So Lance is doing a lovely painted piece that he's been talking about on his Facebook thread. And if you happen to be a fan of good artwork and want to meet a guy who does some great artwork, I say Lance Red, just like it sounds. He has a great thread up. You can see stuff he's painting on, and it's very, very cool. You can also see another piece he's doing, or I guess he's either done it or doing it for Paizo, which I think would be a very cool piece. And he did another monk piece, this monk piece that I really just fell in love with. For the Pathfinder player competency, Legacy of Dragons. It's a Lindorn style dragon. Lindorn style monk. And it looks awesome. I'm like, when I saw the piece, I was like, wow, that looks awesome. So it's very, very cool. If you haven't seen it, go check it out on this thread. It's very cool. I commented because, A, he's a friend, and B, it's awesome, man. Like, he's really, really, really just getting better and better and better. What do you say? When the quality is good, the quality is good. That's a cool thing. And that's something else that people need to do. You need to promote the people that work for you. That's something that I'm thankful enough that I'm a big promoter of people. Because A, I like people. They're cool people. Why would I not promote them? On top of that, dude, they're cool people that are doing cool stuff. Why would I not want to hang out with them? And, that's a good guy, and there's so many creative people in here we should be doing more stuff together. This goes back to my whole, we should be doing more stuff together because we're all creative. Let's be more creative. I'll keep screaming that one from the rafters. Let's all just keep being more creative. That's just the best thing for us. It's the best thing for us as, you know, just creative people. And it's the best thing for us is just cool people. Hey, man, that's good stuff. Oh, all right. I'm going to cut this one short today. I've had a kind of busy day with Lucas, and I'm a little tired. I'll be going back to work tomorrow. Lucas will be going back to work. We'll be going back to school tomorrow. I guess that is his job. So before our 3-day long weekend, before you're wondering, yes, I'll be doing a Monday show. We don't take really vacations off here unless it's like, I don't know, something important like Thanksgiving or Christmas, but whatever. We don't make take those times off. You know us. So yes, please come by on Monday. We'll be talking about something interesting, but you never know what's going to happen this weekend. As always, I appreciate everyone watching. Do us a huge favor. If you're not subscribed on YouTube, go over to YouTube, subscribe. I think at last count, we were only 12 people away. Well, now we're 13. We must have lost somebody. It happens. It happens. Some people love it. Sometimes they go. Do us a huge favor. Come on by. Subscribe to us on YouTube. We're trying to get to 200 people. Like I said, this information helps us out our numbers, helps out our information, so we can give better content, so we know like what's good content to do and what's okay content to do. It's just something that it's very helpful. So do us a huge favor. Subscribe on YouTube. The link is actually in the description below on Facebook. Sorry, below on YouTube and above on Facebook. It's crazy. I know the directions here. It's like that. All right. I'm going to get out of here, do some work, and then probably relax. Oh, before I forget, for those who actually watch us for New Exodus, I got a great piece of news. My editor said it looks like Chapter 5, which he's working on out of our 9 chapters for the New Exodus book, is virtually done. He's hoping to send it to me probably today, tomorrow morning. And chapters 6 through 9, we've already gone through like a lot of heavy edits. This is more of the cleanup edit. We're going to see how this one works out. And he said, and I quote, this is what he said. I'm not taking any further. He said that it looks like we probably will have all the chapters back by Labor Day. Now, with that said, if all the chapters come back by Labor Day, I will do my best on Labor Day to collect them all, get them ready as a PDF to send out to all of our people who have paid for it in the Kickstarter. I want you to have this as soon as possible. I need to check on art. Actually, I can't do that. I just realized why. We're missing one piece of art. Okay, here's a tangent. I got to cut some time. Here's a little tangent. So when I was putting together the art, do I have any art near me? I don't have it near me. It's in the bedroom. I don't go run for it. When I was putting together the art for this book, I used some old pieces that we had in the original book, and of course, new pieces, of course. But one of the older pieces that we did was a piece we did when we had really no money, and this is right after the original book. The original book came out, 5-6 years ago, if my memory is right. And this is even before that. This is one of the books before we were doing the Folding Circle, our big super duper bad guy group in New Exodus. So one of the guys, the Destroyer, was originally done by Anthony. I can never pronounce Anthony's name correctly, but it's very, very French, very French Canadian, and I molest it pretty badly when I say it. So Anthony was kind enough to do us the original piece of art for it. And then later on, we added more new art when we had more money. But we always kept this piece in with all the new pieces. And I was just like, we're doing the book, we're laying it out, and I'm looking at all the pieces of artwork. We got the stunning pieces of Mikesh, stunning pictures of Neska, and the piece of Destroyer was just an old piece. I mean, this piece, let me see if I can find this real quick, because this piece is, I want to put you in perspective how kind of old this piece is. Now I gotta remember his name on. This is the part I hate. So many people use their code name on here. I gotta see what his code name is. Scavenger. Yes, Scavenger with the backward Z. See, a lot of people use, if you did not know, use code names on. Oh, I think this is right. I'm probably not right. Use code names on DeviantArt for work they've done. Did I get this? Is this? No, it's somebody else with another one. Oh, of course. So a lot of people use code names. They change up things so they can have cool names for stuff. I'm gonna have to do this the hard way. Boom. Let's look at my actual gallery. Put because I know there's some pieces in here, and all the pieces that I have normally are gone. Why are my pieces in my gallery missing? I have no idea. No, I don't have a gallery. There it is. Boom. It's good to be the king. Anthony, I'm gonna spell Anthony's last name because this is one of those complex names. It's Cournoyer. He's actually French Canadian, and having done a ton of work for me, started getting into video game stuff. And I know he was doing video games for a while. He's also done tons of stock art. And Anthony, did the original piece. Let me see if I can. Maybe the original piece is actually still in here. I'd be impressed if it was, but it's been a while since we did this piece. Oh my God. It's been such a while. There's the original Kayla-san we did. Wow, that's an old piece. Oh, I think it's not even here anymore. It's that old. Let me see if it's in fantasy. I might have just put it in fantasy just because there's a lot of stuff. Because Anthony's done a lot of work for me over the time. I mean, a lot of work. Like, okay, here's one of the first pieces that I remember ever seeing from him, this Arcane spaceship. And let's see if there's a date on this. 2006. 2006. I remember this picture very well. It's one of the first ones I saw. I said, "Oh, what's this? A new artist." 2006, and there's some very original artwork from New X's from 2007. So this is like nearly a decade old. So yeah, some random pictures. Like he did our first images for our Dalrine, our Parmenidian accessory for New X's. The only one that's still actually in service is our original Sasori picture. Still one of my favorite pictures of Sasori. I love the way it looks. Our original Sydneyan image, I always love that one. That piece and the Sasori piece are two of my favorite pieces. I thought they were great. So I'll keep using them over and over. They're actually used for iconics now, which is kind of funny. It's just it's just very cool. His artwork was amazing back then. I'm glad to see he's doing even more cool stuff. So it's cool. It's cool to see people doing great stuff. So it's just nice. Nice talking about good artists. All right, everybody. I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna do some more work and stuff. I've got some other projects to do. Got this work to do. Always got more work to do. But as always, thank you so much for watching. Like I said, go by, subscribe for us. Come back and see us on Monday. It'll be fun and interesting. We'll never know what we're going to talk about, but it could be exciting. There might be cake. You never know. All right, everybody. Talk to you later.